Closed captioning for News 12 is brought to you by Kenneth Nugent. From the station that's on your side, News 12, first at 5, continues.
An Arctic blast and high winds sweeping through the south, and places like Memphis are seeing some wild impacts. Check out these cars spinning out and struggling to get through the sleet and the snow. Closer to home, GDOT has been treating our roads to prevent something similar. This is a live look at Grovetown right behind me. A beautiful sunset. We had a beautiful day and afternoon, Mikkel. The only thing holding us back is the weekend coming up. All right, thanks, Mikkel. Crews have been working hard to fix power outages in our area. Georgia Power is reporting that only 118 customers are without power in Richmond County, 160 in Columbia County, and about 5 in Aiken. So some good news despite this cold weather. And high winds are sticking around through tomorrow, so you have two options. Put the outside Christmas decorations up. We know you don't want to do that, or hunker them down. Our Craig Allison was in the community seeing how some of you are doing just that.
Well, temperatures are down, but the wind is up. As you can see from this house behind me, the decorations are holding up despite this wind that is playing into even more cold, something heat experts say is still important to pay attention to. Now, while he couldn't talk on behalf of the Christmas decorations, Chris Thatcher with Polar Mech Heating and Cooling says it's important not to fasten any kind of tarps on your outside heating units. It's a question he's been getting often online with this added wind. He says, however, an overhanging structure to protect your outside unit is okay so long as it's 5 to 6 feet above. If it's too close, it could recirculate even more cold air into your unit, causing it to freeze up or add even more heating issues. Aside from that, he suggests closing foundation vents so pipes below your home don't freeze up.
Wind is not a real issue other than the temperatures. If it has precipitation of any kind in there, that has a big effect on the units, okay? But wind, I don't see where it has a big issue on the units other than cold infiltration into your home.
And new on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we'll hear some more from our heating expert on how to best heat your home during these cold conditions. Will?
Thanks for that, Craig. Many of us have already finished our holiday shopping. We know others are still rushing to get those last-minute gifts. But get this, some of the gifts you give won't ever be opened. Instead, many will be returned. And this year, you need to read the fine print. According to a recent survey, 6 in 10 retailers have changed their return policies, including online returns. The return shipping costs for stores like Dillard's now cost $10. This is a part of a growing list of retailers charging return fees. Experts say we might need to get used to that charge. Labor and shipping costs are up, and retailers have extra inventory. And after losing the fight to keep its alcohol license, Stay Social Tap and Table will be closing for good. According to the owner, they closed in 7 days on December 30th. This comes after a long back-and-forth battle with the county that started over an ordinance that requires food sales in Columbia County to be at least 50% of a business's revenue. No bars can operate in the area. The county claims Stay Social's food revenue was around 47%. And Columbia County School District police officers took part in the 20th annual Day with a Deputy event. As you can see, officers pair up with students to take them on a small shopping adventure in Walmart. Grovetown Police, the Sheriff's Office, and State Patrol also partnered for the event to help deliver some smiles there. And take a look at this. North Augusta Public Safety brought a little bit of Christmas cheer to the North Augusta Gardens community. Thanks to several local donations, public safety officers gave away dozens of bikes and helmets to kids in our community. As you can see, all smiles there just in time for the Christmas holiday. And if you've been outside today, you know that the wind is making it so cold out there. Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale talks about wind chill and what it means.
Well, we have been talking about the wind chill a lot this weekend. Now it's time to kind of explain exactly what that is. So usually our body loses heat through convection, and when we don't have any wind around, we can actually maintain just a small layer of heat around our bodies. Now you factor in just a little bit of wind, and that is basically going to break up that little layer of warm air around your body. So say the temperature is 20 degrees, but we factor in a 20-mile-per-hour wind. Now this is going to be the case for us throughout the day today, all the way into tonight and this weekend. So whenever we have really steady winds, it just breaks up that layer, that warm layer around our body. bodies, and so we're no longer insulated as efficiently. So we factor that in, and when you factor in the wind with the actual temperature, that will make it feel like 4 degrees. So even though the actual temperature may be 20 with a 20-mile-an-hour wind, it'll make that wind chill all the way down to 4. So this just speeds up heat loss around our body and makes it feel just excessively colder. That is going to be the case for us Friday all the way through this weekend. We do have wind chill advisories that are going to stay in effect through around 9, 11 a.m. on Saturday, and this is dangerous cold. Meteorologist Mikhail Hannah-Harding will have much more on those temperatures coming up later in the news.
Okay, thanks for that, Riley. If you're looking for something to do with the kids next week, look no further than the Augusta Museum of History. How you can go searching for elves even after Christmas is over. That's coming up next.
Meals are prepped and ready to go. Find out what's going on in this building, not only for the holiday season, but every day. That's coming up all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Over 12 hours and below 20 degrees possibly for at least 6 hours plus. Cold weather safety tips, just to put that out there and maybe refresh your memory about those. If you have a space heater, some form of supplemental heating, never plug that into an extension cord. Always get that direct power from the wall. Dress in layers of lightweight clothing to stay warm. So you do want to dress appropriately when we're talking about these very cold temperatures, especially if you have to be outside for maybe an extended period of time, but hopefully not. And again, just let those faucets drip. Any exposed pipes outside, hopefully you've already taken the precautionary measures to insulate those. And of course, bring in your pets. You don't want to leave them outside in this dangerously cold and bitter cold air. And if you have a carbon monoxide device inside of your house, be sure that that has fresh batteries, especially if you're using a space heater or any type of gas appliance. You want to make sure that you have that detector working efficiently. But we are going to see those cold temperatures sticking around through next week, not really until the end of next week do we thaw out a little bit.
Thanks, Mikhail. Some naughty elves are up to something at the Augusta Museum of History, and you can help catch them. Our Wolf Volk went to spy on Ginger and Gus.
We have some mischievous museum elves. They like to play hide and seek.
Gayla Kesey has noticed elves hiding in the Augusta Museum of History.
They go exploring in the museum, and then I have to get visitors to come help me find them, or they won't be able to go back to Santa and make their report.
She says there are 2 elves, Ginger on the bottom floor and Gus on the top floor.
Every time they visited a place this week, they left a clue to where the next place they were.
I told her I would follow the clues.
All right, I know you can do this.
The first clue led me to the second.
You can find me making faces near the cotton gin.
But that's when I had trouble. I couldn't find the next clue, so I started walking aimlessly. After about 10 minutes, I got lucky and found one of the final clues, which led me to Ginger. Now, I just gotta find Gus.
Now, he likes the local legends area.
Hearing that, my first thought was to go to the James Brown exhibit, but I couldn't find any clues because I went to the wrong place. It all worked out, though, because once again, I got lucky.
You'll find me admiring the symbol of the masters.
The final clue sat right next to the green jacket. That led me to Gus. No matter how I did it, I found them both.
Because you found both of them and were able to tell me where they are, then you get your candy cane.
Walking out with the prize? Well,
Yeah.
on your side.
And Kesey says this activity is a great way to explore the museum. They'll be open Monday through Friday next week. Gus and Ginger will be in a different location if you want to go out there and try to find them. Well, there's a way that you can help seniors during this cold snap coming up next. We'll show you how.
The live
$5.99 a month. Largest selection in the CSRA.
It's the Big Finish 2022 in Waynesboro.
More than 400,000 seniors in Georgia are living alone. That's according to Meals on Wheels. Many groups and volunteers that regularly check on them take a break during the holidays. Abby Kasoris shares how you can make a difference.
Meals on Wheels volunteers drop off boxes of food to seniors once a week. With the colder weather coming in, workers here want to make sure that people are checking up on their elderly neighbors, making sure that they have an alternative heat source and food in case they lose power. These boxes are a blessing. A box means hot meals for the next week.
Very nutritious. I was getting ready to eat one.
Meals
just
on Wheels volunteers are sometimes their only visitors.
The volunteers, they'll prepare cards, and they might just say, keep your head up. They might say, smile.
How's it going?
Cards, food, and kindness.
You got folks coming by? What are your plans?
Yeah, I'm ready.
In Georgia, they estimate that more than 400,000 seniors are isolated and living alone. More than 300,000 are threatened by hunger. More than 500,000 are living in or near poverty. Pantry items can help if they lose power.
Human contact, and we all know the elders are the ones that have the wisdom. I know I'm going to hear some words of wisdom, especially to bless me. They're going to bless me on this holiday as I'm blessing them, and I mostly look forward to that.
The volunteers are there to deliver the food, but also to make sure the seniors are doing okay. The American Red Cross says it's best to prepare before any weather event. If you know a senior, you can help them gather up some supplies, like a blanket, flashlight, and some canned goods. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasoris.
National Signing Day has come and gone, and to this point, the University of Georgia has landed a total of 25 star-studded commits and 2 transfers. One thing that's interesting about this new class of recruits is the fact that none of those 27 players are quarterbacks. Senior quarterback Stetson Bennett has a decorated history with the Bulldogs, which includes winning last year's national championship, the Bulldogs' first SEC championship title since 2017, 2 consecutive undefeated regular seasons, and a couple of trips to the college football playoff. With Bennett set to graduate after this season, there is a lot of questions surrounding the future of the quarterback position in Athens. But head coach Kirby Smart believes the foundation he's built for his program has the ability to develop and even attract quarterbacks as well as anyone.
Very pleased with what we have in our quarterback room. We think we got 3 quarterbacks that are going to be really good. So the concern wasn't about a quarterback, and none of the skill players made it about that, because they know what we've signed the last really 3 or 4 years. They know what we have the potential to sign in 24.
It'll be fun to see how Kirby and his coaching staff decide to handle that position moving forward. But before that, the Bulldogs their quest to defend their crown as national champions continues on New Year's Eve in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl against number 4 Ohio State. For now, that's it for sports. Mikhail, take it away.
Well, thank you for that update there, Dan. Definitely appreciate that. And as far as the temperatures and where they'll be headed over the next 12 hours, we're talking about wind chill values getting down to near and below 0 by this time tomorrow morning. We'll talk more about that coming up in your full forecast.
03-279-2770. It's time for a new kind of diamond. One that's made, not mined, and is as brilliantly unique as she is. The top of her list diamond. The naughty and nice diamond. The meet me under the mistletoe diamond. The merry and bright diamond. The diamond that shines like every facet of her. Diamonds by Pandora. Exquisitely beautiful, lab-created diamonds. Happy holidays.
Before the Notre Dame-Florida State basketball game on Wednesday night, one of Santa's helpers gave a rather unique rendition of the national anthem. We're going to take a listen here.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
reactions from everyone says it all there. That reminds me of the what was it? The Fergie national anthem that she did for the All-Star team, where everyone just couldn't hold it together through it all. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It's just a little off.
A little off there.
It's not terrible.
The reactions though, everybody trying to keep it straight.
Everyone, it's like LeBron and Steph.
That guy looking like, oh brother.
God, that's over there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, A for effort there. That's all I could say. So.
Shout out to the cameraman for that, or camera person for that, because
They knew exactly what they were doing. Yeah,
that was great.
It zoomed in on everyone's reactions, so it was much needed there. That's pretty funny. Santa's helpers, it was actually Santa himself. So
you know what? That is true.
Speaking of Santa, that weather out there, it's getting ready for him.
I think the cold might have got to his vocal cords on that one. Yeah, a little tense right there. But we do have